Welcome. In this lesson, we're going to learn how to use, in a sense, the logarithm to undo an exponential of the same base. What I'm going to first have you do or focus on is look at this over here. The square root symbol undoes the square symbol. They're inverse functions of each other. So the square root and the square undo each other, leaving just this base number of 3. Same ways if we have the square root first of 3 and then we square it. Remember, the square root of 3 just means I'm looking for a number that when I times it by itself would equal 3. Well, guess what I'm doing with that number? I'm timesing it by itself. So the square root and the square undo each other. So now here, this ln, now remember, ln is a base e. So I rewrote this expression over here like this. If I have a logarithm base e that is trying to find e raised to some power, well, what do I raise e? What power of e do I need in order to get it to be e to the 9? Well, it's 9. In other words, these really undo each other. This logarithm base e of e to the 9th undoes each other, and you're just left with the exponent. Same thing here. If I had an e raised to some exponent, and that exponent happens to be a log base e of 9, well, this logarithm gives me the number that when I raise it to the power of, not power of e, or e raised to that power, it equals 9. So in other words, the e and the log base e, they cancel each other out, leaving just the number that's inside the logarithm. Here's another example. Log base 7 of 7 to the 18th, well, it's asking, what must be the exponent on 7 in order for it to equal 7 to the 18th? Well, it must be 18. Likewise here, 7 raised to some number equals some number. Well, that number that I'm raising it to happens to be the number that when I raise 7 to it, it equals 18. Well, this is the exponent that I put on a 7 to equal 18. Well, that's why we get out 18. I hope that makes sense, that they're inverses of each other. So now remember, the natural log is just written ln. So this is e raised to what exponent? It's going to get it to equal e to the 9? Well, it's 9. So all you got to do is type in 9. And this whole lesson is going to be that simple as you work through here. Now, again, they're going to give it to you as a fraction in the sense of don't worry about the divide by 5. Ignore that for a minute. ln of e, well, that's, remember, I want you to remember, think of it as log base e of e to the 1 power. Well, what do I raise e to get it to e to the 1 power? Well, it's 1. So that numerator just becomes 1. And then we're over 5 still. It's 1/5. Now, same thing here. We have that ln of e. This, what do I, remember that's a base e. What do I raise e to get the e to the 1? It's 1. So this expression becomes 4 times 1. This expression right here just becomes 1. And then I times it by 4. Well, 4 times 1 is 4. So I put in a 4. So it never gets any harder than this. ln of e to the 6 is going to be 6. ln of e over 4 will be 1 over 4. If you get to anything that you have questions on, please bring them to class and I will help you. But it's really this straightforward.